It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring.
Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share.
And so you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to the possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts.
Welcome home. Welcome to worship.
As we begin our service, let us take a moment to acknowledge that we are gathered here on the traditional land of the Duwamish people, stewards of this land in the past and the present. With humility and gratitude, we take this moment of grounding to honor this land and the Duwamish tribe and commit to our role in the story of repair of our relationship with this land and with its people.
Whoever you are, wherever you have come from, whatever the color of your skin, whoever and however you love, however your body moves and your brain works, however you identify, you are welcome in this faith community. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition has no test of faith, no creed or oath to swear. We have instead the promises we make to one another, commitments we make to healing a hurting world within and beyond our walls.
Good morning, everybody. So we're going to leave this door open because it's a great breeze this morning, but as soon as a fire engine goes by, we might close it. So it is really good to be here together on this gorgeous sunny day. So as we do every week, every time we gather, we will light our chalice. Our chalice lighter today is Leilani Davenberry, and would you please come forward? This chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist heritage. May its heat energize us for the work that is ours to do. May its light make our vision clear and bright. May its warmth comfort us always. This morning, as we light this flame, we mark this time as sacred time. We mark this space as sacred space. Let us share in all of this together. And now, as Leilani lights our chalice, please join me in speaking the words of our congregation's affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant with one another. And again, welcome to the Westside Unitarian Universalist congregation. I am Lisa Reitzis. I'm a member of the worship team, and it is a great joy to be gathering with you for this service, Way Stations on the Journey, our annual religious exploration celebration. Just right for our June worship theme of emergence. Today's service is multi-generational, which means that everyone of all ages will stay right here in the sanctuary together. So if you are with us for the first time or the first time in a while, welcome. We are so glad you're here, both here in the sanctuary and joining online, to make some space in your life to attend to your heart and your spirit, to come together in community. Please visit our website, which you can do by scanning the QR code on the card in the pews, where you can fill out a welcome form, which will allow us to get to know you a bit better, and we can then send you our weekly electronic newsletter, The West Side Week. It is so good to see familiar and new faces today, so now let's take a few moments to greet our neighbors around us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. There it is. One of the byproducts of that nice cool breeze is that I think it's blowing out our chalice. Okay. It's always a balance thing here, right? Okay. As always, it's so great to see such enthusiastic greetings. We hope you continue these conversations after our service, where there'll be people to meet and many things to celebrate downstairs after the service. So each week, congregants who agree to light our chalice are given a chance to speak from their heart. This is a chance for us to get to know them better and to invite more voices here into our chancel. So Leilani will offer a piece of poetry that is meaningful to them. Now, Leilani identifies as a disabled queer Asian femme. Here at Westside, she serves in our Storyteller Guild and as our RE Equity, Inclusion, and Creativity Advocate. She hosts a bi-weekly BIPOC meditation group and monthly BIPOC UU coffee hour. With over 30 years' experience as a massage therapist, Leilani holds space for people's journeys and finding home inside their body. She lives with her spouse, Soph, and their 6 pets, 3 black cats, Bubba, Cisco, and Burnham, 2 parrots, Tendy and Rutherford, and 1 dog, Willow. Thank you, Leilani.
The poems I selected for us today are from The Darkness Divine, which you can get from the UUA bookstore, by Reverend Kristen Harper. It begins with knowing your biases, your stereotypes, your assumptions, your judgment, and how to set them aside and receive the person who is in front of you, not the one you think you know. It begins with owning your power and privilege, your position and comfort, and being willing to let it go. It begins with truly looking at one another, noticing that not all Black and brown people look alike, are alike, behave alike, experience or react alike. It begins with reaching out, making the first move, offering the first invitation for coffee or tea, or a walk in the park, or a trip to the museum. It begins with hello, not touching of hair or bodies, just hello. It begins with curiosity about our full lives, not about the hard experiences, not if black and brown skin burns in the sun, not about dreadlocks or braids or straight black hair. It begins with listening, not constantly centering yourselves, but to whatever is shared, whatever is believed, whatever is meaningful, whatever might connect. It begins with attention to your words, your language, your expressions, the impact they have, without dismissing or belittling. It begins with understanding, not making judgments about Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, humanist, or earth-centered faith. Understanding that there are many ways to believe, all valid, all restorative, all equal. It begins with accompaniment, not following, not leading, learning, not teaching, supporting, not just taking. It begins with commitment to stay with each other through the discomfort and the anger, to bridge barriers, to build trust. It begins with accepting the joy and the challenges, the quirky or protective actions, the need for space where you may not be able to follow, the need for distance that you may not be able to bridge. It begins with believing the experiences so foreign from your own, the daily fights for dignity, a trauma of a life surviving the gauntlet of hate and ignorance, the mixture of laughter and tears, passion or sorrow. It begins whether a relationship, a friendship, or a partnership. It begins with you. And my last poem, I aspire to memorize this one and to make this one, it feels really close to my heart, and so I hope you'll enjoy it as well. The 23rd Psalm, Revisited. Love is my shepherd, and I shall not want. Love embraces me in all her green pastures. Love cradles me in her still waters. Love restores my soul. Love compels me towards justice for the world's sake. Even though I walk through a life with death ever before me, I fear it not, for I walk not alone. Love is with me. Her deep roots and dark wings, they comfort me. Love brings me to the table in the presence of those with whom I am at discord. Her rich brown hands bless me with the oil of compassion, and my heart overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the arms of love my whole life long.
Please rise in body or spirit. We're going to sing number 10, 21 in the hymnal. Lean on me.
If we are wise, we know that there's
First of all, I want to call out the gift of ingenuity. We have a chalice. It's lit. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Soph. And in a moment, we will engage in a collective act of generosity known as our offering, when we take time to actively support Westside UU congregation with its many ministries and with our gifts by text, check, or cash. Each month, we choose a community organization to share 1/3 of our undesignated offering gifts. That is, those donations not designated as your pledge contributions. For the month of June, our community giving recipient is the Ingersoll Gender Center, which is an organization by and for transgender and gender nonconforming people, providing mutual support through peer-led support groups, advocating and navigating resources, community organizing, and education, all in the pursuit of our collective self-determination. Ingersoll is one of the oldest organizations by and for transgender and gender nonconforming communities in the United States. Officially formed in 1977, Ingersoll Gender Center has been building community, connecting folks to resources, and advocating for our communities in the Puget Sound region for over 4 decades. So you can give by text by sending a message with a $sign and the amount you want to give to the number on the screen. For folks here in the sanctuary who prefer to share your gifts by cash or check, the greeters will move among us shortly. And if you'd like your gift to be recorded as coming from you, please use one of the envelopes in the pews. And now please enjoy this gift of music, Same Sun by Gretchen Sliker, sung by Rainier Reunion.
Everything grows under the same sun. All of us come from the sea. Everything grows under the same sun. All of us come from the sea. As long as we're alive, we only seek to thrive until we go back to the mystery. As long as we're alive, we only seek to thrive until we go back to the mystery. I have come for communion, a precious sweet reunion with the powers of the mystery. I have come for communion, a precious sweet reunion with the powers of the mystery. Everything grows under the same sun. All of us come from the sea. Everything grows under the same sun. All of us come from the sea. As long as we're alive, we only seek to thrive until we go back to the mystery. As long as we're alive, we only seek to thrive until we go back to the mystery. I have come for communion, a precious sweet reunion with the powers of the mystery. I have come for communion, a precious sweet reunion with the powers of the mystery. May I shine a light of kindness through the night until I go back to the mystery. May I shine a light of kindness through the night until we go back to the mystery. Until we go back to the mystery. Until we go back to the mystery.
Thank you, Rainier Reunion, and thank you all for giving as you are able to support this community and our partners in the wider world. It's much appreciated. During each of our services, we take a moment to make collective space for holding the joys and sorrows of this community. As a reminder, if you have a joy or sorrow to be shared here or in our newsletter, there is a link in our newsletter to submit that. We have one joy this morning from Laura White. She has gratitude and joy for this community springing from the annual meeting last week. I join her in celebrating the strength of this community. And today we are also thinking of the siblings in our partner church who are celebrating Pentecost. In Transylvania, the village Turoko St. Georgi, Pentecost is one of the big celebrations of the year. It is, in many Christian traditions, a celebration of the birth of the church community when the Holy Spirit became manifest amongst the followers of Jesus after his death. And it's an important cultural day in Transylvania. So we joined them in their celebration. I wrote a note to Reverend Emiche over there. Here's a snippet from it. Grace and peace to you as you prepare to gather on Sunday in celebration of Pentecost. On this holy day in your community, we give thanks for your faith and the enduring spirit of your community. Pentecost helps me remember the way the Spirit is present and guiding us in our individual lives and in our church communities. May this day be a reminder to us all to have the courage to live with compassion and clarity. So thank you. On the first Sunday of each month, we have an embodied ritual where we honor the joys and sorrows that are unspoken in bringing stones forward to our table. So you are invited to approach our altar from the side aisles, place a stone in one of our water bowls, and return to your seat through the center aisle. As you hold your stones, take a moment to fill them with your prayerful intention. As you place them in the bowl, feel all that you are holding in your hearts, mingling with the joys and sorrows of this whole community. For those of you who are joining remotely, you are invited to hold a stone or other sacred object to you and do the same. You may place it on the table next to you or an altar if you have one. Let us begin. In this moment of prayer and meditation, let us hold in our hearts all the joys and sorrows, known and unknown, in our community. Let us lift each other up in love, as well as our neighbors in the wider human community. Meditation words from Michelle Legrave. We, you and I, are in between right now. In between what was and what will be. In between who we are and who we will become. In between letting go and embracing. In between saying hello and saying goodbye. In-betweenness is a thing. In-betweenness is a time of fullness, a time of anticipation, a time of hope, a time of worry, and a time of sadness. In-betweenness is a time of waiting. Waiting for news, waiting for departure, waiting for arrival, waiting for death, waiting for life. In-betweenness is a time of transformation, a time of reflection, a time of action, a time of growing, a time of becoming. In this season of in-betweenness, when we know and we don't know, we rest in this moment together. Amen and blessed be. Please join in singing our meditation, There is a Love.
Good morning. As humans, we are managing transitions all the time, from the time that we are pre-K and in the sandbox, all the way through our high school graduation and beyond. We are aging, we are moving, we are growing, we are retiring, and yet, no matter how many times we do it, entering the unknown, while exciting, can be hard. A transition can be at once the thing we want most, and yet it can also be seasoned with grief. It seems reasonable that sometimes when we are facing a transition, our instinct can be to put on the brakes and cling to what was known rather than face all that is unknown in the future. Because to let it all unfold, to live so intimately with mystery, That takes some nerve and some support. That's much of why we are here today. We are here today in community to pause and honor the time before and let ourselves get excited about what lay ahead, and to remind ourselves we don't need to run from mystery. While much is not known, we don't have to do whatever's coming by ourselves. I want to tell you just a little story. A few years ago, I was leading a canoe trip with 5 young women who had just graduated from high school. And this was a trip, it was 42 days long, and we were above the Arctic Circle. It was quite remote. We hadn't really seen anybody, but, well, I can explain, that's another story. But, so after these, we were at the very end of the trip, and it was 42 days of running whitewater, which is when there's rapids, like the water flows really fast because the river is narrow, or maybe there are a bunch of rocks. And we'd been running a lot of whitewater through this whole trip. But when it was intimidating or scary, we would just walk our canoes and all of our stuff around these whitewater. So on this day, we had come to the very last set of rapids. And we had walked carefully, and we'd all decided on the route we were going to take, and we were all set up, and then we walked back to our canoes, ready to run this last set of rapids. And at the end of this rapids, there were it was literally 50 miles of water that just moved without interruption at 15 miles per hour. Like we would literally cruise in to the Inuit village that we were ending our trip in and just kind of land. And so there was a lot of excitement in the air. But we got back to the canoes, and we were about to get in, and one of our members said, "I can't." And I said, "Pardon?" And she said, "I just can't. I can't do this run." Very competent, and really the person who was most excited, I think, about going to college and seeing her parents and eating potato chips and all the things that we were looking forward to. I said, "Okay, you and I, we'll portage. We'll walk around. That's fine. No worries." In a way, I was just a little disappointed, but I don't think she heard that. And then she said, "No, I can't walk." And I was really confused. I asked her again if she wanted to get in the canoes and run the rapids. I said, "Oh, I'll get in your boat. Will that make a difference?" And she said, "No." I said, "Okay, well, do you want to walk?" "No." This is not uncommon. She was on the brink of such an exciting future, of so many things she was looking forward to, and yet she was frozen in place. This is the difficulty of letting go of what's familiar and moving on to something that's new and mysterious and unknown. The comedian Gracie Allen, who's one of my favorite theologians, once said, "Never place a period where God placed a comma," which strikes me as a very Unitarian Universalist thing to say. And Kristen was trying hard to put a period, to end the sentence, right there in the middle of the tundra, even though her whole life was calling her forward. But what I love is that we're allowed a comma. On that day with Kristen, we beached the canoes, we sat down on the rocks beside the river, had some M&Ms. We should do M&Ms in church. That should be a thing. But we had M&Ms, and we soon fell into conversation about the trip and what lay ahead and how we felt about each other. And we even sang a "We Can Do This" sort of song together. It was like little church. My son Gustav has church in bed every night. He calls it little church with his stuffies. It felt like little church, this spontaneous springing up. And after a while, Kristen said she was ready to paddle, and we all got in and gleefully shot our last set together. And Kristen, who's now like 45 years old or something, came up to me just last summer and said, "Thank you so much for that pause, which in my head I was like, it's the comma. It's the power of the comma. This is why days like today are so important. We're really bad at commas in our culture. We want to race forward to the next thing. This is a rich time for the young people we are celebrating today, and also their families. We are here to place a comma together, to honor the unique challenge and excitement that comes with transition, and to remind that whatever lies ahead, they are held in our care. So, we're going to begin with our kindergartners. Well, they're pre-K right now, but they're going to be kindergartners. They're in a true time in between, right? And I don't see, if you're pre-K moving to kindergarten, and I don't recognize you as such, like if you're really tall, you can come up. But if they're not, I'm just going to say a couple words. These people, let's think about them in our minds. You can even think about the pre-K to kindergarten person you were, and acknowledge that that's a huge step. In kindergarten, you learn all sorts of new things, and you make new friends, and you work out how to fit into a cohort. But the most important thing we want our kindergartners to know is that they are known and loved in this community. Known and loved. And we hold, especially in our hearts right now, Kestrel, who can't be here today because she's busy. So the next group I want to invite up are the...
We have a song about...
Oh, we have a
Age
song?
group, yes.
Oh, we have a song. Sorry, new on the block. Thank you.
Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game.
Thank you, Rainier Reunion. So we have Thomas ready, and we have some loving and supportive adults here, and we would like to call forward any fifth graders who are going into middle school. And please join Amy on this side of the arch.
So, some of you may know that for years before I had this job, I taught middle school, 6th through 8th grade. And here's what I want to tell you about middle school. It can be hard, but really not as hard as everybody says it is. And you can do it because actually it is more fun than it is hard. And it's a significant transition because it's defined by the sheer number of changes that you're going through in a very short amount of time. Your changes to your body and your mind and your spirit almost all at once. In middle school, the most important thing to remember is to be true to yourself, to be just who you really are. And I'm looking at these two young people and I'm thinking, no problemo, totally fine. But it can also be the hardest one to remember. This place is here to help you remember. It's a place to give your most authentic self a sanctuary, a safe place to be. Our gift to our middle schoolers is a friendship bracelet to remind you that even on tough days, you have friends here at Westside. We appreciate who you are. We see you, and we love you just as you are.
Please come through the arch now and take your gift.
Throughout the season, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, masterpiece them, and promises of someday make that dream. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game.
Thank you. And now it is time for people who are leaving middle school and going into high school. Please join Amy on that side of the arch.
I'd also like to invite up any youth that are sitting in our congregation today and join Thomas and Carter in welcoming these exciting newcomers to your fold. Coming into high school marks a time of questioning and exploring and learning much more about yourself and the world. More and more, we have to map our own course, not the ones necessarily chosen by our family or teachers or peers. Finding our own way requires courage. And once in a while, we might even get a little lost. But lost can be a gift. When I've been lost, really lost, again, a story for another day, a bit in the wilderness, it has forced me to pause and really notice what's going on around me, to lean into my own resilience, but also rely on my own true companions. As you make your way through high school, and if you feel that sense of being lost along the way, which you will, our gift to you is a compass to remind you of your true north, the people who love you just as you are, the values and beliefs that support you, and most importantly, your own truest self, which is most holy and most sacred.
Okay, come on through. And as you come on this side of the arch, we will think of you as high schoolers from now on.
Ooh. Calder, an additional note, I want to encourage you to really embrace the opportunity of being a part of this stellar group of youth. This is my heartiest invitation from them. It's a home. It's a good home. So the bridging ceremony, which is coming next, honors the passage of a person from childhood to grown-upness. Traditionally, we hold it right around the time that someone would graduate from high school. This ceremony offers everyone a chance to pause and recognize that something really important is happening in the life of that person. It may not all happen today, but it's happening. But at the same time, those changes are happening in the relationships that they have with the people around them. They are taking a big step forward from being a kid to being a grown-up. They are beginning to have a sense of what the expectations and opportunities are that come with that. The rest of us are also in a time of adjustment, a time of letting go, and also of welcoming the gifts of this young person in a new way. It's not the end of our mentorship to them, nor certainly to our care for them. But it is a change in what we can expect from them and them from us. It's a pretty big comma. At this time, I'd like to invite Amy Hans-Brancati up to introduce our bridging speaker.
Well, we have one bridger today, and Sam Evans has been, you can wait for a minute, just to make it more comfortable, has been coming, I checked with them earlier, to our community since they were 3 years old. So that's commitment. I had the pleasure of getting to know Sam a little bit when I was a youth advisor. And I was thinking recently about one time when we were making buttons in youth group, and Sam was running for a position of some import at Aviation High School. And I might not have it today, but for a couple of years at least, I had a button that said, vote for Sam. And I do vote for Sam, for sure. I can attest to Sam's really grounded wisdom and persistence, and they will be graduating from Aviation High School any day now, I assume. And I would like to invite Sam up to share a few words of that wisdom.
Okay, hi y'all. Like Amy said, I've been going to Westside since I was 3. There's been some gaps in that, but I'm a pretty consistent Unitarian Universalist. Now, the best thing about Westside is its community. This is one of the first places I came out because it's a place I feel comfortable. This community is also so great because a lot of you are great cooks. From Thanksgiving to potlucks to pies to chili and the food at auctions, y'all are creating a fun and tasty time. Religious exploration classes have also been fun, and I've learned a lot. It's also given me opportunities to give back to my community, doing things like volunteering at food banks. And it's given me a connection to people all over, not just in our little West Seattle area. There's been that Northwest Middle School Conference where youth from all over our area come just across the water to meet. And then there's also been times where we've gone to corn mazes and done Christmas walks with the youth from other nearby congregations. Now, through all of this participation, I find myself not just agreeing in theory about the principles of Unitarian Universalism, but applying them in practice. To the inherent worth of every person and compassion in human relations, I'd find myself volunteering for hours at a time almost weekly to help the homeless neighbors in our community. We de-escalate, we don't call the police, and we don't try and control them, but to help them, to protect their health, and help them live how they want to. I'm about to graduate from Raisbeck, which is a magnet school in Tukwila with about 400 students in total. I think I might be the only Unitarian Universalist there. And our mascot is a phoenix, which is sort of fitting since the very first song we sang here today was about a phoenix. And I'll be going to Purdue Engineering in the fall, where hopefully I'll find time to attend the Unitarian Universalist congregations down there in Indiana. Then, once I've gotten my degree, hopefully I'll land a job in aerospace and maybe even return back here working at Boeing. Thanks everyone for the support you've all provided.
Yeah. Sam, you're going to stay here.
Okay.
Because we have a gift for you. So today we are offering Sam a gift of a chalice that you can take with you wherever you go in the world. You know it as a symbol of Unitarian Universalism, and it offers other possibilities. In our faith tradition, we light chalices to open sacred space, which can be anywhere, anytime. They remind us that our actions reflect our highest values and symbolize the warmth of community that you can carry with you wherever you go. May this chalice be a source of connection to your faith, a symbol of your own inner light, and a reminder of the love that is here for you in this community. And so now we have a responsive reading. So I will invite everyone to join me in reading the words projected on the screen. Sam, today we say goodbye to the child you have been, and we greet the adult you have been growing to be. We are very proud of you. We promise to include you fully in the adult community here at Westside and to support you as you find your way and continue to mature and grow. Go forward in peace, love, and welcome.
Today, we move into adulthood. We are thankful for your love and support, and we are eager to explore what being an adult will mean to us. We are also sad because being a UU youth is an amazing experience, and it is sad to leave that behind. However, we are grateful to be a part of this congregation and glad that growing up does not mean losing those relationships and connections. It is good to still be held within a circle of our community, no matter what age we are.
The chalice you have been given holds the light of our congregation. And its light, we will always find our love and belief in your inherent worth and dignity. May this flame light your path forward and bring illumination to your times of... Oh no. Well, we'll get to... May this flame light your path forward and bring illumination to your times of joy and your times of sorrow. Know that we will always be with you, just as you will always be with us. Go forward in peace and love.
And could I, at this point, invite the RE Planning Committee members to come up and stand on one side of the arch, and then would the members of the youth come forward and stand, because you're saying goodbye to Sam. All right, Sam. You want to say goodbye to Celeste and Ingrid? All right. And these adults are there, Sam, to greet you on the other side and welcome you into grown-upness.
safe, wash the dishes and put them away. I have told you a story and tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As the moon sets its sails, carry you to sleep over the midnight sea. I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself, you can gather friends around, you can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. Some children grow up strong and bold, while some are quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some take it slow, some go in their own way and time. Some women love women, some men love men, some leave every label behind. Can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible you'll find. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they'll give the same back to you. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself, you can gather friends around, you can choose one special one, and the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done.
Thank you, Rainier Reunion. This song is a blessing of love and hope across the generations. I hope when you are listening to it, you think of the people who nurtured you into being, who held conviction that everything was possible for you. Sometimes it can be hard to see it while it's happening, but loving adults who show up for children and youth with this kind of attitude have such a power to impact lives for the better. This world can be strange and full of challenges, and knowing you have folks older than you who see you and who are on your side makes all the difference. I want to take a moment to recognize and offer gratitude and blessings for the particular adults in our community who take on this work as a sacred responsibility. This year, our RE planning team and teaching team have created a consistent and inclusive space for our children and youth to engage in spiritual practice, values exploration, and creative expression. They are steadfast, loving, and generous in their work. So I would now like to ask the members of the RE planning team to stand to be recognized. This is Amy, Jeanette, Thomas, Faith, Chris, and Leilani. Chris is missing. And please stay standing, as I would also like to invite the rest of our teaching team to stand. Marie, Ryan, and Ellen Macomb, if you're here. Great, thank you. And Katie is the one giving them gifts, but can we also have a round of applause for Reverend Katie? Thank you all. You can be seated. Reverend Katie, you have offered so many gifts to this program over the past year, and you have taught us all how to look at each other with heart-shaped glasses. It has been my deepest pleasure to work with you, and I have a card of appreciation. Thank you all. A blessing. May all who nurture and guide our children feel the deep power of their presence. May their care ripple out beyond what can be known in this lifetime and be a part of shaping a future that we can call beloved community. May it be so, and amen.
Please rise in body or spirit for our ascending hymn. It's Building a New Way, number 1017 in your teal hymnal.
My goodness, so many people to thank today. First of all, you all for being here, because this is one of the important landmarks of our community each year. But a special thanks to our musicians here, Rainier Reunion, John Hansen and Marion Key, to to Reverend Carter and Reverend Katie for the wonderful ceremony, for Leilani for the incredible poetry, to Nate Mesnard and Henry Sikora up in the booth, managing all of our tech needs, to our ushers, our hospitality team downstairs, to all of our children and youth who went through that special arch. And one of the things I think about is that I didn't have this as a young person, and I wish I did. So, to look forward to walking through that arch, I think must be a very special thing. Yes. So, as always, it is a pleasure and blessing to do this sacred work together. So please make sure to look at your Westside Week, as always, which you'll have received on Friday, because it's all chock full, as usual, about details of things that are coming up. Summer is, in fact, quite an active time here. We do not stop. We do not stop. So today, please go downstairs and participate in the Tour de Just World bake sale and food drive during the coffee hour downstairs. There are all sorts of details in the newsletter. And all of that will benefit Westside's refugee support and the White Center Food Bank, plus lots and lots of goodies. Coming up soon, before we gather again on a Sunday, on Thursday the 12th, this coming week, Westside will be the host for West Seattle Meaningful Movies for Ava DuVernay's documentary 13th, The Intersection of Race, Justice, and Incarceration. Please don't miss it if you can get it on your calendar. It's an incredible movie, and there is discussion to follow after the screening, which will be at 7. Please note, because we have tenant downstairs who uses our lower level and the parking lot, there won't be any access to the building prior to 6:30, so plan for that. And on the 14th and 15th, the following weekend, the facilities team could really use your help preparing the social hall for carpet cleaning, moving furniture, etc. Details in the newsletter how to reach out to the facilities team. Our next Sunday service will be on June 22nd with worship associate Rick Taylor and music director Scott Farrell with the Westside Chorale and the Westside Winds, leading a collaborative experience of music, poetry, and reflections on the celebrations of Juneteenth, the summer solstice, and Pride Month. Like I said, we don't stop. After that service, there will also be a potluck to commemorate summer solstice in the social hall. See the newsletter for details on how to contribute food and energy for setting up and cleaning up.
I invite you to please rise one more time in body and or spirit for our closing words from Eric Williams. Blessed is the path on which you travel. Blessed is the body which carries you upon it. Blessed is your heart that has heard the call. Blessed is your mind that discerns the way. Blessed is the gift that you will receive by going. And truly blessed is the gift that you will become on the journey. Leilani, I'll invite you to release our flame. May we all go into this week blessed and blessing the world. We hold you in our love as we go.